Hi, kia ora, welcome Sagittarius to your March 2016 Taroscope reading with me. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Sit back and relax and see what messages are coming your way. We are using the Morgan Greer cards, partly because I really love the infusion of the colour and the energy that they provide. I'm suggesting to everyone to work with the colour that the cards are giving off for the month and call that into your life, you know, daily or weekly for the month. It's also beneficial. We are using the stones of the month as well in the reading. You have the beautiful moonstone, which is very about new beginnings. It's very ethereal and soft, opaque with a slight rainbow hue going through it. It offers connection to the higher levels and very soft, gentle vibrations. It's protective and nurturing and calming. As well, you have this beautiful fluorite pointer. This fluorite is one of the overall great health beneficial stones. It's a very commonly used healing stone at many levels. Sinusitis. It alleviates arthritis, rheumatism and spinal injuries. So for any of you suffering any of those conditions, you might enjoy picking up or procuring a piece of fluorite for yourself, or if you haven't got one, just enjoying the enhanced energy of this from this video anyhow. So that's the fluorite, guys, a really powerful little stone that is magical in so many of its qualities. March is a busy month astronomically. We have two eclipses. The first is on the 9th, the second is on the 24th, and in between the eclipses we have two comets coming into our space as well. Every astronomical body that traverses our area affects us one way or another. So it is a busy month. We have also just moved into the Chinese zodiac sign, so it's kind of still like New Year energy and people wanting to lay down goals or desires or ambitions. This is still a good time to do that. We've moved into the year of the monkey. The monkey is quite a good energy. It's ambitious and adventurous, cheeky and intelligent. However, this year is a fire monkey year and they are actually very agitated in the fire monkeys. So 2016 bodes a little bit more of that agitation energy. We'll move into your reading. We're using 7 cards and it's called the Mystic 7. So it's quite a nice spread. It really gets kind of in depth and it enables you to think a little bit more about the situations that are coming up and to look at them with, you know, a different perspective possibly and a little bit more insight. So we'll just do a little bit of shuffling. So this is for Sagittarius for March 2016. What's coming your way, guys? I'll work through the cards as we go through the reading. Okay. I'm not the world's best card shuffler, as you can see. So, Sagittarius, what's in store for you guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's see if I can move these up and fit them into the screen, and perhaps I can zoom back a little bit and tilt the camera. All sorts of manipulations going on. Okay, number 1 is the current situation. Number 2 is the obstacles. Number 3 is the aspiration. Number 4 is what needs to be awakened. Number 5 is what lies behind you. Number 6 is the next stage. And number 7 is what will be. So we've got a pretty powerful reading going on here. You've got 3 major arcanas, but they're quite big ones. Definitely the Devil and the Judgment are quite in depth, as to be honest, so is the Sun. So we'll work through, we'll start from the beginning. and sort of as the messages come we'll interpret what's happening. So we start off the month and you've got the Four of Pentacles. I quite like this card. I've always liked it because I find sort of hidden meanings in it that I don't know that other readers find in it. But I like his grasp on his money. It kind of has the feeling that your money should be relatively okay and steady. You might be a little bit worried about it or thinking you might not have enough to pay this, that or the other, but it would sort of indicate to balance it and not overspend. It's not a time of going out, wildly spending. More, it's a time of balancing where you place your money and your funds. But again, I like it. I think it's a stable card and it's a good way to start the month. So we see that he's holding it very close to his heart, one of these pentacles, and I often think of that as being related to some sort of emotional connection. So sometimes there can be money coming your way from the gift of someone who gives it to you, who's emotionally connected, like a gift. So it could be a present or part of an inheritance or part of somebody helping you one way or another as a gesture of goodwill and love. The other thing that this can indicate is for people looking for jobs or seeking to make changes within their job. This can be an indication of a job interview, and it can sometimes be overseas or over water. So that's another thing to think of as well with that particular card. Now we move to the second one and we see this as obstacles. And traditionally we all know what the Three of Swords means. It talks about a bit of heartache and sadness around relationships. So have any of you experienced recent breakup or the moving away of friendships or someone that you dearly loved? For whatever reason, they could have shifted, they could have chosen to leave the relationship, or you could have left them behind. So one way or another, there's still this feeling that you're tender around it. It's still emotionally raw. And it can sometimes be more than one person involved. It can be literally 3 people for whatever reason. So given that this is the obstacles card, it's probably good that it falls in that position. So what it's sort of saying is that you need to heal it. You need to just be able to let it go a little bit. Utilize the energies of both these stones that are sitting over it and bring some healing into it so you can move forward, and know that whenever these pains happen, they happen for a reason, and that there is always another door that opens, and generally they take us onto our next phase in life, and it's a progressment forward. So it's kind of about letting go and not holding on to the sadness or any feelings of loss. And also I think of this as physical heart health. So for any of you who have a physical heart health problem, you need to be doing something about it, whether it's changing your diet or getting fitter or making sure you're taking medication or uplifting new natural pharmacy type things like herbal remedies or minerals or supplements along those lines, and that will help your health improve. So that's another message for that obstacle card. So it's all fine. They're nice messages, that they're ways of working through any small problems. The third card is your aspiration, and we see here the devil. He kind of always associated with slightly obsessive ideas or thoughts or energies, so sometimes you can get overly focused on your desire to succeed at something at all levels, whether it's your career or a fitness regime or losing weight or giving up smoking or drinking. So it would be a time where, provided you keep it balanced and you can utilize the right balance of energy, it could well happen. It's also, because it's an aspiration, if there are any negative relationships in your life, like there may have been, the aspiration might have been to get rid of them, and that could be the obstacle to move them out, and this is your aspiration to get rid of any negativity. So I think it's actually quite a nice card, or it's a good position for that card to turn up, because we are utilising the positive forces of the devil energy. And again, I think it's a misnomer to have named that card the Devil. It would have been much more easily represented and accepted with a different name, the same as the Death card. Each of those cards, the Death and the Devil, they both have positive connotations, especially when you work on balancing the negative side of them, because everything has an opposite. Black and white, night and day, is the same with the Devil. We also see this illumination on the top of his head. So we get the feeling that there is illumination coming, or there's light and insight, through some of this movement of turning something that could have been obsessive or negative into positivity. And the fact that the sun is right next to it gives even more of that projected glow of healthiness and positiveness and good and light and empowering energy. We come to number 4, and it's what needs to be awakened. And we see this Judgment down here. And again, a powerful, mighty powerful card. And another one that I really quite like, because it calls us to look at ourselves and our beliefs. And it tells us to open up and become more aware of what's happening around us and listen to the universe, and especially to listen. This trumpet isn't blowing out these messages for nothing. Often we get stuck in a set way, we don't hear things properly, we become biased, we become shut down. So this is the card that says open up, learn to accept the changes that are coming your way, and let old belief systems go. Just let them fall by the wayside. And it's a nice tie-in following this card, because that's also what we've just talked about, letting old things go that don't serve you, and reawakening to a new energetic you. And there's particularly something here, you may hear it synchronistically, you may hear it intuitively, or in your dreams, or psychically, or through your angels, or your spirit guide helpers, or anything, conversations. So listen for the month. And speaking of that, we didn't do the colour at the beginning, and I'm still seeing yellows and oranges in nearly every reading. The main colours that are coming are yellow and orange. So the solar plexus, sacral chakra, balancing that area and really empowering yourself with physical and emotional strength. That's part and parcel of the message for March. We come to the 5th card, and it's what lies behind you. This is a great card for this position, because this guy here is propelling this boat from rough, turbulent waters into calmer waters. So he's moving into a calmer space. So perhaps the galaxy or the universe or energies are opening up for you guys and allowing a bit more freedom, exactly, freedom, and movement into more peaceful or more harmonious waters. If there have been any disagreements or upsets, nice that this is beneath that as well. The layout of the cards is falling quite nicely for you. So this is about, as I say, moving from sort of turbulent waters into more easy, more pleasant times. And it can even be shifting, so shifting houses, shifting countries, shifting jobs, and it can be travel. Some of you might be going on an overseas trip, and usually another person is involved in here, not just yourself. So that's also something quite nice, even though that's what lies behind you. This card number 6 is the next stage. Well, how beautiful is that? The 10 of Cups. This is harmony, love, connection, support, nurturing, happiness, sunshine, joy, all those high vibration things, and this is what is coming. This is what is coming. So you have the potential in this reading to make quite a lot of changes, especially these 3 cards here. Make these changes and head yourself off in this new direction to experience this type of powerful energy. It's often in a union with support from other people in your life, and you gain that support as a foundation for all of those positive vibrations to carry you into the next place, which happens to be the rainbow into the sun. and this is the last card, what will be. And, or you could say, you know, what is in the overall energy. How beautiful. The sun is the thing that keeps us alive on this planet. It is our benefactor. It is our life provider. It is the thing that gives us light and insight. So it's the essence of all life, and it's sunny and happy and warm and caring and ever benevolent. There's also a degree of new romance. These two are really looking into each other's eyes and hearts. There's fertility in here as well. So for some who are seeking conception or fertility of other ideas, even just creativity or conception of new health or change in direction, the sun helps this to come in and make it occur. Well, when I say it makes it occur, it doesn't. You have to make it occur, but these energies are around at this point in time for you to hop on board that boat and take that journey and get it started and crank it up. So there you are, Sagittarius. It is a pretty powerful reading. There's a lot in there for you to take on board, and you pick out whichever colour you resonate with, because I also see quite a lot of blue in here. And of course, blue is the colour of communication. So, you know, blue or yellow, you go with whichever feels good. And in terms of utilising that, you can wear those colours, or you can bring them in pieces of furniture or art, or you can eat those particular types of foods that exude those colours. So let's move into the last part of your reading, which is a goddess card, and we will see what final message is in store for you. So this is for Sagittarius, and I think I will pull, well, because that 10 of Cups was so beautiful, I'm going to pull the 10th card down. So I guess I don't need to do too much shuffling from that perspective, because we're going to go down to the 10th card. But this is for Sagittarius, so number 10. Let's see what's in store for you guys. Dana, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. It's really interesting, that card, and again we've got more of the yellow turning up. You guys are renowned for being very spiritual and quite religiously oriented, and it doesn't surprise me because that card matches that quite well. This Judgment is about, you know, having, even though I said it's changing and allowing belief systems and that to drop off, it's this amazing universal knowledge and energy that's coming in, and it's the same thing here. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So there is something in here about you being able to offer support to others as well in the month, and you have acquired some, perhaps through this shift and listening and hearing, you have acquired a great knowledge along your way that becomes helpful and supportive to others as well as yourself. So there we are, Sagittarians. I hope you have really enjoyed this reading, and come back and listen to it a few times. You know, every time you sit and listen and hear the words and see the cards and feel into the energies, you infuse yourself with that positivity. So wishing you all the very best for March. Be safe, everyone. Ka kite anoa. Much aroha. Namaste.